G'day, green thumbs. What's better than getting out in the schoolyard, digging in the soil and planting a tree? Not much, I reckon. Trees are absolute legends. They give us shade on a scorching summer day, provide homes for our feathered and furry friends, and clean the very air we breathe. They turn a plain old oval into a living, breathing classroom full of wonder. When we plant a tree at school, we're not just adding a bit of green. We're planting a legacy, a living monument that will grow alongside the students, marking the seasons and holding memories in its branches for years to come. It's a powerful act that connects us directly to the great web of life right outside our classroom window. But hold your horses, or rather your shovels. With the great joy of planting trees comes a great responsibility. We've got to make sure our leafy mates are safe for everyone. A happy tree is a safe tree, and a safe school is a happy school. It's all about thinking ahead. We need to ensure that as these trees grow tall and strong, they don't become a worry for anyone. This means looking at them not just as beautiful additions, but as living structures that need our care and attention to keep them from causing any trouble down the track. It's about being proactive, not reactive, and making sure our green legacy is a positive one for every single person at the school. So, before we even think about digging a hole, we need to put on our safety goggles, metaphorically speaking. This is where a good old-fashioned risk assessment comes in. Think of it as a health checkup for our trees. We need to regularly wander around the schoolyard and have a proper look at every tree, from the towering old gums to the newly planted saplings. Are there any branches that look a bit dodgy, cracked, or dead? Are the roots lifting up the pavement and creating a trip hazard? This isn't about being alarmist. It's about being a good custodian of our school's green assets and keeping our community safe. This regular check-in is the foundation of a safe school environment. For the big, established trees, it's a brilliant idea to get a professional arborist, a tree doctor, to come in once a year. They have the expert eyes to spot subtle signs of stress or disease that we might miss. They can give us a report card on the health of our trees and recommend any work that needs doing, like a bit of skilled pruning. This professional advice is gold, as it ensures we're making informed decisions and keeping everyone, from the littlest preppy to the tallest teacher, safe from falling branches or other potential hazards. All right, let's talk planning. Where we plant our trees is just as important as what we plant. You wouldn't put a giant river red gum right next to the school library, would you? Of course not. We need to think like a tree and imagine what it will look like in 10, 20, or even 50 years. We must give it space to spread its roots and stretch its branches without getting tangled up in buildings, underground pipes, or overhead power lines. A simple rule is to look up and look down before you dig. Check for those wires above and ask about what pipes for water or data might be lurking below the surface. This foresight prevents a massive headache later on. Now let's get to the fun part, choosing our new green mates. Going for local native species is always a top-notch choice. These plants are the original locals. They're already adapted to our Victorian climate, whether it's a hot, dry summer or a chilly, wet winter. This means they're often tougher, more drought-tolerant, and require less water once they're established. They also provide the perfect food and shelter for our local wildlife. Planting a flowering gum, for instance, isn't just planting a tree. It's opening a restaurant for honey eaters and a block of flats for possums. It's a fantastic way to boost biodiversity right in the schoolyard. We also need to have an emergency plan. In a real emergency, every second counts, and we need clear, unobstructed paths for everyone to get to safety and for emergency vehicles to get in. When we're planning our planting, we must ensure our leafy friends won't block fire exits, gates, or access routes. Imagine a fire truck trying to get onto the oval but being blocked by a low-hanging branch. Regular pruning is key here, especially for trees near pathways and power lines, to maintain clear sightlines and safe clearance. It's all part of being a responsible garden citizen. And what about health and allergies? This is super important. Some beautiful plants can cause real problems for people with allergies. Plants with fine airborne pollen, like some exotic grasses or trees, can be a nightmare for asthmatics. Before planting, it's a great idea to check if a chosen species is a known allergen. We can even create low allergen zones in the playground. If we do have plants that might be a bit problematic, putting up a small, friendly sign can make a world of difference, giving students and staff with allergies a heads up. It's about creating a comfortable space for everyone to enjoy the garden. Planting the tree is just the beginning of the journey. The real magic happens in the ongoing care. A maintenance schedule is our best friend here. It doesn't have to be complicated, just a simple checklist for the seasons. This should include regular watering for the young trees, especially during their first couple of summers, to help them get their roots down deep. We also need to keep an eye out for weeds, those cheeky garden invaders that steal water and nutrients from our beloved trees. A good layer of mulch around the base is like a superhero's cape. It keeps the weeds down, holds moisture in the soil, and keeps the soil temperature just right. Part of this care is being a keen observer. Take a walk and really look at the trees. Are the leaves a healthy colour? Are there any weird spots or insects having a party where they shouldn't be? Catching signs of disease or pest problems early makes them much easier to manage. Just like us, trees can get sick, and a little bit of early intervention can save them. If a branch dies or the whole tree looks unwell, it's important to act. Removing dead or diseased wood keeps the tree healthy and, crucially, removes a safety hazard before it has a chance to fall. For big jobs, always call in the professionals. This is where the connection to learning absolutely explodes. The school garden is a living laboratory. Every maintenance task is a science lesson waiting to happen. Why do we mulch? Let's investigate soil moisture and temperature. What's this bug on the leaf? Let's identify it and learn about its life cycle and its place in the ecosystem. We can link tree care to biology, environmental science, and even maths by measuring tree growth over time. Getting students involved in the process gives them real hands-on ownership of their school environment. It's a lesson that sticks far better than just reading about it in a book. To make this happen, let's encourage student involvement at every level. A school gardening club is a fantastic way to channel all that youthful energy. These clubs can take the lead on watering, weeding, and monitoring the health of the trees. It builds responsibility, teamwork, and a deep appreciation for the natural world. We can run workshops on composting or identifying native birds that visit our trees. This isn't just gardening. It's about nurturing the next generation of environmental custodians. When students care for a tree, they are more likely to care for the environment for the rest of their lives. As we create our green oasis, we've got to remember we're part of a wider community, and that means playing by the rules. Before any major planting or tree removal, we must check in with the local council. They have regulations for a reason, often to protect the local character of the neighbourhood or important services. Some magnificent old trees might even have a heritage listing or be protected under special overlays, which means they are local treasures that need extra special consideration. A quick phone call or a visit to the council website can clear up any questions and ensure our brilliant green project is fully compliant. Documentation might sound a bit boring, but it's our secret weapon for long-term success. Keeping a simple logbook of our tree-related activities is incredibly useful. When was each tree planted? When was it last inspected by an arborist? What maintenance was done? This record creates a history for our school's green landscape. It helps with future planning, provides evidence of our commitment to safety if anything ever goes wrong, and makes it easy for new staff or garden club members to get up to speed. It's a simple habit that pays huge dividends in safety and continuity. Ultimately, creating a safe and thriving green school is a team sport. It takes everyone, students, teachers, parents, and ground staff, working together. When we all share the vision and the responsibility, the load becomes light. The students bring the enthusiasm, the teachers link it to the curriculum, the parents can lend a hand on planting days, and the ground staff provide the practical expertise. This collaboration builds a powerful sense of community and shared ownership. The trees become our trees, a source of collective pride and a symbol of what we can achieve when we work together towards a common goal. So, let's get out there and plant with purpose. By blending our passion for nature with smart, safe planning, we can create schoolyards that are not only beautiful and bursting with life, but are also safe havens for learning and play. These trees will be our legacy, providing shade, shelter, and inspiration for generations of students to come. They are a testament to our care for each other and for our planet. A safe green school is a healthier, happier, and more connected school, and that's a future worth digging for. What a beauty.